Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about why caring about what you do and who you're doing it for is the real secret to becoming successful. And now, in terms of caring about what you do, it's almost obvious, but I think a lot of people misinterpret it and don't use it to the fullest extent. So on one end, if you don't care about what you do, you won't be able to survive the nights and the weeks and the months of extreme difficulty and discomfort when starting a business or moving forward on an endeavor. If it's only to create some sort of monetary success or only for the outcome of what you're doing, and you're looking for what can I gain out of this, that's not a deep enough desire to help you push through the hardest times in a business, which are arguably at the start, but obviously down the line as well. However, down the line, you have the resources and the tools to deal with bigger problems. So I would argue that the hardest part of starting a business is in the beginning. You don't know if it's going to work because the success rate is in the single digits at best when you start out, because anyone can have an idea, but not anyone can execute that idea and to make it into a reality. So the power it takes to create an idea and realize it into this material world requires a dedication and a maturity of understanding why you want it to occur and who you're trying to help when realizing it. And I think a lot of mistakes that new business owners make or new entrepreneurs make is chasing the result without caring about how the results matter and who it matters for. So for example, in wholesaling real estate, if you're only there to make a quick buck, that's fine. But it changes the way you actually experience and the way you interact with your customer or with your with any connection needed in the business. So for example, if you're in acquisitions and you're talking to a homeowner who's possibly selling, and all you're doing is trying to get the best deal and the best price to make a quick buck, it's going to portray and it's going to translate into your tonality, the words you use, the way you go about the conversation. It'll be like you're not slick. Like as a homeowner can quickly pick up, if they're a human, they can quickly pick up on, oh, this guy's just trying to make a quick buck off of me. But if you go into it as, okay, I'm not here to make money. Obviously, I want to make money, and that's how the business works. But I'm here to help you out, and I'm here to help an investor out, and I'm here to help myself out. It's a mutual gain and a mutual respect of understanding that everyone here is talking on the phone for a reason. And if you want to truly make it a process that's easy for them, you'll really it'll change in the way you speak to them and the way you interact. For example, there's this property we had, a duplex on Bartlett, if you know where that is, and the tenant in there was very, very difficult to deal with in the beginning. But then after talking to him and actually caring about him as a human, it really turned into a some people just came out of the car and staring at me. Oh well. It came to a point where I wanted to figure out like why the situation was there, and I realized that, without explaining too much, the owner didn't really take care of them as they maybe should have, or the tenant didn't feel like the owner cared about them as tenants as much as they should have, and that related to him not wanting to kind of have like walkthroughs and stuff. And then after talking to him, I kind of understood where he's coming from, and I actually took the time to understand what he's looking for and why. And it actually got to the point where we kind of turned away a buyer who was looking to actually just do a full flip, because I knew that meant this guy would be without a home. And now that might not have been the right business move, but in the end we did find someone who wanted to keep them as tenants and just wanted to do some updates and make their living situation better while still providing them with a place to live. And I think that is a very prime example of how caring about someone is going to help you win without even you meaning to. Like, you just try to give value and try to be good to people, and they'll instinctively want to do it back to you. Now, there's some people out there that are in business that you should avoid and I'll probably learn it the hard way down the line, that all they care about is a quick buck, and all they care about is to win, and without caring about how others win. And I think those are some dangerous people that you should stay away from, and do your best not to dabble with them, because it's a harsh world out there, and I'm still young, and I still haven't figured it out entirely myself. But I truly believe in creating a place where the positivity of wanting to succeed with people versus over people or on people is a huge value that some people just underestimate. So back to caring about what you do, I think it also simplifies decision making, because when you care about what you do, it's less about the outcome and more about the input. So for example, in the podcast, the CEO of Snapchat, CEO not SEO, he was talking about how the Mark Zuckerberg offered him $3 billion to buy Snapchat outright. When it wasn't like huge yet, but it was getting there. I mean, $3 billion like that. So if you're someone who is in it, and now, okay, this is a difficult topic, because I have a different view than Jack, and they both might be real and make sense. However, personally, I believe in what we're creating, and what we're creating, in essence, I don't want it to be gobbled up by huge conglomerates, so that they can, take advantage of the information and of the tools. I truly want to build something that allows professionals to grow together, and doesn't make it so that in an age where there's so many corporations and huge conglomerates that kind of just, you can say, rule the world, but not really. But I don't want to create something that will just be a tool they use later on. This is something I don't trust to hand over to them. And I think that will, and I'm we're nothing right now. I'm talking about $3 billion whatever. But I think it's the principle of building something that you care about, and understanding that it's worth more than what anyone's going to offer you for it. That's Jack calling. We're supposed to be at HQ. I wanted to make my video for today, though. So, anyways, to move on, let me. All right. Just to kind of wrap this up, it's kind of ironic, because when you're chasing an outcome or chasing success, it feels like it's fleeting. But when you're focused on the customer, and when you're focused on the customer and not the competition, or not where you want to be, it inadvertently propels you forward. And it's surprising, because it's ironic. If you don't think about succeeding and trying to be the best, you ultimately become the best, because you're so focused on your customer and who you're serving. Versus if you're constantly aware about where you need to be, who you're competing against, you're being distracted from the people who are actually building everything customer first and for who they want to build for. So I challenge you this week, if you haven't done so already, make one decision based off of caring for your person that you're selling to, or about caring about your why for your product. So if you're doing something that goes against your why, I challenge you to break that and to change it. And if you're doing something against what's best for your customer, and what's truly best for your customer, not what you think is best for them, I challenge you to change that. And that's something I've been working on with property deals. There's Jack. And that's something I've been working on with property deals, and trying to make sure that we're truly building the best for our customers and our partners that are going to be joining it. So with that all being said, If you found this valuable, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Check out Jack Savage's channel, Jack Savage RE. Where'd he go? Oh, he's out there. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.